Hi, I'm Holly Williams. Welcome to Holistic Life. Hey friends, welcome to another video. This is going to be a gentle flow for the lower back. I do also have another video that is a restorative practice also for the lower back, specifically for relieving tension that may lead to pain. So this will be a little bit more movement, some restorative postures kind of interwoven, and just some nice, gentle, yummy feeling flows. Today you will need a blanket and pillow. I'm using a bolster, but any pillow will work. A longer pillow works wonderfully. Sometimes couch cushions are really great, but like even just a bed pillow is totally fine. We just need something soft under the knees and soft under the head. And honestly, you could switch them. You could do pillow up here and blanket down there. But if you use a blanket down here, just roll it up, tuck it under the knees, and you'll be good to go. So let's get started. We will begin on our backs with our knees resting on our support here, and then gently make your way back. Maybe drop onto the elbows first, and then very slowly allow your spine to rest on the floor, and do whatever adjustments you need, whether it's your body, your clothing, props underneath you, to make it just really comfortable. We want to be able to feel support underneath as much of our body as we can. And once you find that nice, relaxing spot, start to watch your breath. Maybe notice where it starts from, where the seed of your breath grows from. And each day it's a little bit different. You know, if you're stressed, maybe you notice your breath is a little farther up in the chest and your breaths are a little shorter. Or if you're more relaxed, maybe you notice the breath comes more from the belly. And sometimes it really depends on what time of day it is. So it's interesting to watch, notice where your breath comes from. And as you're watching your breath, maybe allow the inhales and the exhales to get longer. Maybe adding space between the inhale and the exhale. Now this in itself is a great meditation. Just watching how the breath flows from the inhale to the exhale, to the inhale, to the exhale. And maybe while we're here watching the breath, maybe you notice other processes in the body that might be happening, or other sensations that might pop up. Or maybe there's a part of your body right now that's being supported where you're not used to having support. And it just feels really nice. Allowing the inhales to get deeper. Noticing gravity in your back body. And as we begin to gently move, maybe just put it in your head that we will be moving soon. There tends to be a certain nervous system response when it knows something is coming next. So with your next inhale, let's let the tail go into the floor and let the legs walk up onto the support you had under the knees. So now the knees are bent, the soles of the feet are on your pillow or blanket. And maybe you need to adjust a little bit because now where your lumbar spine, the first 5 vertebrae, meets your thoracic spine, that nice big curve in your lower back is now a little flatter. So now that your tail has been lifted just a little bit from your knees, you can really feel more of your back on the floor. And as we're just enjoying this support from the floor, maybe allow the knees to gently rock side to side, allowing the movements to be as small or as large as you would like them to be. Maybe play a little bit, almost like ping pong. Like one leg hits the other and then, just playing, allowing the body to do what it wants to do in these motions. And breathing. Nice little back massage here. Little gravity massage. Thanks, gravity. And when you're ready, let's come to center. Inhale, allow the knees to come into the chest. Maybe flex the feet, spread the toes, and then continue this really nice back massage. Just rocking side to side, noticing your weight shifting from the left side of your body into the right side of your body and through center. Maybe noticing where you feel most of your back on the floor between the left and the right. So there's that little moment right here in center where you have a lot of presence. It feels really good. So let's inhale, come into center, hug the knees in, and let's lift the head just a little bit, just bringing the chin towards the chest, just lengthening the spine. And we're going to exhale, release the left leg, and allow it to rest over your support. So your right leg is still in your belly. Flexing the feet, spreading the toes. let's maybe draw some little circles with this right knee, supporting ourselves with that right heel, and maybe even placing this left hand on the floor, keeping this left hip on the floor. And switching directions. Let's inhale, hug it in, and we'll exhale, release it. Now let's inhale, press the right foot in, and let the left knee come into the chest, flexing the feet, spreading the toes. Really just hugging it in, feeling the top of the thigh, on the belly, maybe even on the ribs. And let's draw some circles. They can be as big or small as you'd like. They can be as slow or slower, because we just want to be gentle here. These very, very big joints we've got here. Feels good. Inhale, hug it in. Maybe do a couple circles with the ankle. And exhale, release it. With your next couple inhales, let's gently walk the hands back to your support, and we'll give it a gentle push. Just get it out of the way as much as you can. Scoot, 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 scoot. And we're going to inhale one more time, bringing the knees into the chest. And then we'll exhale the knees over to the left. Trying to keep the back on the floor. If your knees don't make it all the way, you can always forfeit your support under the head, or if you have like a million pillows, which is always nice, you can always build the earth up to you. Make it a little bit easier if getting over there is just a little strenuous. And it can be, for sure. And just releasing any tension you may be holding in the hips. Maybe even think about that lower back where the pelvis meets the spine. There's a lot of tissues around that area. They're all very tight. If you'd like a little bit more sensation, you can remove any prop if you have it underneath you. If you don't have a prop underneath you and you want a little bit more sensation, lengthen the legs through the heel. If you point your toes, that feels good too, but if you say point the heel, that's weird. Lengthen through the heel. You can really feel that length on the outside of the hip. And even just a little more, you can turn the head to the right. So everything from the navel down is facing left, and everything from the navel up is facing right. Kind of a big, full body spinal twist. If at any time you need to come out of a posture, please feel free. This is your practice. And we don't want to keep any more tension than you had. So the idea is to get rid of it. So let's go ahead, gently unwind, bring the tail back to the floor. Maybe you want to windshield wiper the knees a little bit, get that nice back massage. That feels good, you guys. All right, and when you're ready, we're going to inhale the knees into the chest, bring the arms out to a T, palms facing up, and allow the knees to fall over to the right. And again, if getting your knees all the way over to the floor is making you hold your breath, or if anything pinches, just put something under those knees. Bring the earth up to you so that you don't have to feel obligated to get all the way down there. Really notice the length here in the side body, even back here in the hip. If you're feeling any extra tension here, bring your hand here and maybe just rub it a little bit. Add a little bit of heat, a little bit of massage, and some squeezes, some good stuff. You know where it hurts. And breathe. If you'd like a little bit more, turn your head to the left. And if you'd like a little bit more, lengthen the legs through the heels. You'll really feel that on the outside here, leading up into the back of the pelvis, that IT band. I believe it's right along that sciatic nerve. And whenever you're ready, you can come back. So if you're ready now, let's go ahead and do that. Bringing the tail back to the floor. Let's hug the knees in. And maybe allow the knees to get wide. So just adding a little bit of space on the inside of the pelvis. If you want a little bit more here, you can take a happy baby, which is your feet kind of parallel to the ceiling and holding. Actually, you can hold here. This is a really great spot to hold. If you want more sensation, you can always go for the outside of the feet or even the inside of the big toe. I always like the big toe. And rock and lengthen the legs and, again, just play a little bit. All of this is connected to those very tight tissues in your lower back. That's why we spend so much time here. It just feels so good, you guys. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. And when you're ready, we're going to roll over to the left side. Or the right side, whichever one is more convenient for you right now. And then set yourself up. So get yourself nice and comfy. Put maybe a blanket or pillow under the head. I always really like a blanket between the arm and the head. That makes my spine feel straight, but my spine's different from your spine, so set it up. Make it cozy. Bend in the knees so that you can support your weight going forward. And just noticing the really nice compression support here on the left side or right side, whichever side you chose. Letting the belly go, letting the tongue, the jaw, and the eyes, letting them all go. Really big inhale. Inhale, fill the lungs. And exhale. Let's do one more because it felt so good. Really fill the lungs this time. Inhale, even from the belly. Lungs, shoulders, feel it in your back body. And let it go. Feel gravity. Like a little earth hug. Oh, we'll get our earth hug in here in a minute. It's going to feel great. All right, let's take this top arm. Place it on the floor if it's not there already. And let's lengthen through the legs. So through the heels, set yourself up so that you can get this nice balance between front body, back body. And just find that nice middle where your weight can go down into the floor. Get your thing out of the way. Get out of there. I actually need to scoot. Okay. So let's place the bottom arm along the floor with your palm facing up. The other arm is here in the front for support. And then your legs are lengthened through the heel. So feel your entire left leg on the floor, all the way from the outside of your foot up to your thigh, hip, and then, ribs inside of the armpit, all the way up the arm up into this hand. So we've got a really nice support system here on this side of the body. So let's inhale, really, really lengthen through that bottom leg, through that bottom arm. You might notice that this top leg starts to lift a little bit, but let's press that left side into the floor, and then that right side's really going to feel light, like a little balloon. And then exhale. Settle into gravity. Let's do that 2 more times. All right, the left side of the body goes into the floor. Let's let that go down. Let this right leg come up. We're lengthening through the heel. You can even twist a little bit. Now you might notice that your weight shifts as you twist. And a little bend in the knee. There's nothing wrong with that. Did you hear my knee pop? All right, and let's exhale it back down. And 1 more time. We'll inhale, the left side of the body goes down. Really let that right leg get super light. Maybe point and flex, a couple circles in the ankle, maybe a bend in the knee. Notice your weight shift. Keep your support. You don't have to move at all. And then exhale it down. Now we're going to roll through the back body very slowly. Let's bend the knees very slightly and bring your mind into your tail. So our tail is going to go first. So get your tail down onto the floor. Your belly is going to roll over. Your ribs are going to roll over. And then let those knees take you on over to the other side. So setting yourself up on the other side. Let's, I'm going to join you. So if you're seeing my backside, you're welcome. This is what it looks like. So setting yourself up for comfort here on the right side of the body. And this is a different side, so you may need a different kind of support. Knees are nice and bent. You can always have this top arm, along here on the side, or you can have it in front. It's up to you. I like mine here on the top because it allows my shoulder blade to rest towards my spine. And it actually helps the balance, at least for me. Allowing the belly to be soft. Allowing the jaw and the tongue to rest. And allowing the eyes to become unfixed. Taking a really big inhale. Fill the lungs, fill the belly, and let it go. And 1 more big breath. All the way in. Fill the belly. Fill the bottom, middle, top lungs. Feel it in your back body. And just let it go. Now let's take this top arm and we'll place it on the floor in front of the chest. Feeling all 10 fingers in the palm. And let's extend the legs through the heel. This top arm or bottom arm is now under our head for support. And if you had something under it, it's actually pretty comfortable without anything under it too. Palm of the hand facing the ceiling. Get out of here. And the back of the hand you can feel on the floor. So feeling the entire backside of the right arm down into the ribs, the right hip, the right thigh, and the outside of the right foot. And then left hand helping out So with your inhale, let's lengthen the bottom arm, bottom leg. You may already notice this. Let the left leg starting to float a little bit. And then press that right side of the body into the floor. The left side will get super duper light. Reach up through that heel. And exhale. Inhaling, pressing that right side of the body into the ground, allowing that left leg to get really, really light, and maybe adding some spirals. So twisting the leg. You can put a bend in the knee if you'd like, if that's more comfortable and available. And then let's exhale the leg down. Feeling gravity. One more time. Inhaling the right side of the body into the floor. The left foot rises through the heel. And then add any kind of movement that you would like. Maybe you want to challenge your balance a little bit. Play a little bit. Just add some movement, mobility into this left hip. Maybe some points and flexes. Maybe some circles with that ankle. Maybe you want to draw some circles with the knee. Whatever you want. When you're ready, let's exhale that leg back down. And we're going to very gently roll onto the belly. That feels good. All right. Last stop in our arrival here on the belly. Bringing the tops of the feet on the floor if you'd like, or if you want to turn the thighs out and let the toes point outwards. And then a couple ways to set up your head. So my favorite is glasses off, cheek on the floor, arms all the way down on the floor, palms facing down. This is my favorite. Although I know that this isn't available for a lot of people. So, you have another option. Bringing both hands to stack. Bringing the shoulders kind of forward. We don't want to be up here and rest our head here. You can see that big angle in my neck. So we kind of want to bring it out as far as we can. You will feel your chin on the floor, possibly your mouth, possibly your nose. That's okay. We won't be here long. And then another option, this is also crazy comfortable. If you take your pillow, blanket, whatever support you have, and just kind of hug it, rest your head. That feels awesome too. I think I'm going to choose this one. Now, if you're on one cheek and you've been there for a little while, let's go ahead and turn to the other cheek. Taking a couple big breaths, really feeling presence on your front body as you breathe, feeling that compression as your ribs expand. And allowing any tension that you may still be holding to let go. If you ever need to adjust while you're in a posture, please feel free to adjust. Make yourself comfortable, especially when we're laying here for a couple moments. But if you're ready, if you'd like to start moving, and if you have a prop under your head, go ahead and get your prop out of the way. Put your glasses back on, Holly. And then let's bring the arms underneath the shoulders. If the feet were pointed out, let's bring the tops of the feet to the floor. You can feel the thighs underneath the legs. Hands are right about under the shoulders. Thumbs are real close to the body. Elbows are in towards the body. You can feel those shoulder blades close to each other. With your next inhale, Let's feel all 10 fingers go into the floor. Lengthen back through those back legs. And then your heart might lift ever so gently. With your exhale, let it all go. Inhale, the hands go down, the feet reach back, the heart lifts very gently. And exhale, let it go. Now as I do this and I come back down to the floor, I feel space in between my vertebrae back here, and it feels super good. I don't know if you feel that, but you might, and that's okay because I feel it too. All right, one more time. Inhale, the hands go into the floor, the feet reach back, supporting the top of the feet, kind of coming up just a little bit, and exhale, release. Let's put a little wiggle in the tail. So continuing to support yourself with your hands and even with the tops of the feet, just let your tail wag. You may feel weight shift between your knees, between your ribs, between your hands. Just find that tail. And when you're ready, let's inhale. Let the hands go into the floor. Let the knees go into the floor. And then our tail is going to lift right up. So now we're up here in tabletop. And let's set ourselves up. So hands are going to be just about in front of the shoulders. We don't want to be right on top because you can actually see hyperextension here in my elbow, for one. Also, this very uncomfortable right angle in my wrist. So we're going to come back just a little bit. You can see my arm has, that's just my arm right there, but you can see the difference between this and this. So turning those elbows out, hands are in the floor, all 10 fingers. Knees are basically right under the hips, tops of the feet are nice and active. We're going to do some cat and cow from the pelvis. So your pelvis, now your tail wags left and right, but your tail also lifts and goes down, yeah. But that's your entire pelvis moving too. Even just watching the pelvis, it kind of tilts like a bowl. So with your first inhale, let's inhale, tilt that pelvis forward. The belly is going to come down just a little bit. The front body is going to lengthen, and let's lift in the chin. With your exhale, let's press the floor away with the hands and the knees, tops of the feet. The pelvis is going to tilt back, and the chin will tuck. Inhale, tilting that pelvis forward, and just lifting in the chin. Really feeling length in the front body, right in your belly, in your abs. And exhale, we're just tilting the pelvis, pressing the floor away, bringing the chin towards the chest. And let's do one more time. Inhale. The pelvis tilts forward. The chin looks up. And exhale. The pelvis tilts back, so the tail comes towards the heels. The belly comes in towards the spine, and the chin comes towards the chest. Coming here in neutral, let's sink weight into these really big hip sockets. So there's a lot of tissues in there, a lot of muscles, fat, tendons. What else is in there? Lots of fluid, mostly fluid. But there's, the top of your leg, that very large leg bone, I believe it's humerus. And then the inside of your pelvis. There's a lot of tissues on the inside lining of that. And they get really tight. So even if I'll give you an example. So we're going to kind of lean into one side, and then you'll really feel this right here just go that way. Feels real good. Kind of like you're skiing with your tail. So you can do that as long as you want. You can tell that I kind of don't want to stop because it feels ultra good. And we are going to, let's see, how much time do we have? We have a little bit more time. So we are going to come into seated, however you want to get here to seated. I just made her crooked. Sorry, guys. Okay. We'll come here and seated, normal seated. If you want something under the tail to allow your pelvis to tilt forward, you may. And it looks like this. So basically, you'll just full on sit on something and then kind of wiggle forward just enough to where your sits bones come right off this front edge of the blanket and your pelvis just goes whoop, and then you don't have to hold here and then you won't cave in like this. And sit nice and tall like this. Nice and tall. Shoulders are back. Belly is forward. I just want to get back to the floor. We'll get there. All right. So sitting here, let's inhale. Let's lift through the arms. And then we're going to exhale. Bring the hands to the floor and walk them away. As far as you can go, that's comfortable. Don't hurt yourself. But we want to keep a nice long spine. And all we're doing is tilting in the pelvis. The belly is coming forward, kind of right here on the insides of the thighs, and the heart and chin are coming forward. So we're not doing this. We're doing this. So lifting back up, reaching through that spine, reaching through the fingertips, and let's exhale. Bring the hands down to the floor. Let's inhale the hands down into the floor. Lengthen through the spine as best you can when you have short arms. Exhale, release. And then we'll go one more time. Inhale, lengthen up through the arms, through the spine. Exhale the hands forward and walk them away. Bringing the belly in into the between the thighs, the heart forward. And we'll inhale it up, all the way up. Exhale this arm down and reach with these fingertips. Really reach through those fingertips, keeping this hip on the floor. So keep that down. And we're just reaching. So we have all this length, all from this left hip all the way out here and beyond. All right, let's inhale it up. Spiral those arms. Exhale the other arm over and really reach through that other arm. Keeping the shoulders square. We don't want to crunch like this. We're keeping nice and lateral here. So wherever you can go. I do this a lot, so I may look more flexible, and that's okay. Keeping this hip down. When I do this with my dad, he's like, "You're so flexible." I'm like, "Dad, I do this all the time." He's like, "Yeah, I guess that's true." Reach it up. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Let's get back to the floor. I don't know about you, but my back and hips feel amazing. All right, very gently. You're always welcome to go down to a side first and then roll over to your back. That's always an option. Or you can just go straight back, however you want to get there. And then allow the feet to be wide on your mat, allowing the knees to gently fall in towards each other. You can have a pillow under your head or not. It doesn't. If you want it, get it. If you don't, you'll be okay. And just feel your back on the floor. Feel the backs of the lungs resting on the floor. Feeling the back of the heart. Feeling as much of your spine on the floor, your tail, your left and right pelvic half. If you'd like to gently let the knees rock side to side, please do. If you want to lie here in stillness or even take Shavasana, this is your time. And take as much time as you would like. If there are any other postures that you would like to take, again, please feel free. I'm just kind of a guide in a practice. So whatever you want to add or subtract is your practice. So let's roll over to a side. Lay here for just about a breath or two. Really filling the lungs and just letting it go. We'll take this top arm, place it on the floor in front of the chest, lengthen this leg, and then we'll gently walk our hands towards the body and come back here and seated. All right, guys, excellent practice. Let's bring the hands to the heart. Inhale and exhale. I sure hope this practice makes your lower back feel amazing, as well as your hips, legs, knees, feet, and all of the above. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste. More videos coming soon. Check them out. Check me out on Instagram. That's what it's called. At Holistic Life. That's me. And also on Facebook. I'm there too. It's all one word. It's all spelled the same. So check it out. Let me know in the comments if you really like this, if you really hate this, if you're like, hey, let's do this kind of class. I'm down. Comment below, share, like, tell your friends, all that stuff. Have a good day, guys. Thank you so much.